sunshine and I'll shit on your parade. Don't get me started on doing Michael Caine. My opinion matters, yours will fall in last place. I'm not shutting up and you'll be learning my name. Fifth in the family, but first in my mind. 1 out of 10, but I'm ranking just fine. We've only got now, there's no afterlife. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm just speaking my mind. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everyone's coming on Kyle tonight. Wait, what? No, nobody's coming on Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shoot up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shut up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die.
Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Oh, God damn.
Holy shit balls. We're back.
You guys have a long season of intro.
You have a long season of intro. How great was that? Let's toot our own horns for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Let's sit
it's
back.
a very fun song,
That's
man.
fun.
It's very, like, sitcom-y.
It's sitcom? Yeah, because my thought was dad rock.
Yeah.
I was like, let's write a dad rock song. I'm obsessed with a lot of dad rock. Huey Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Like, I kind of originally wrote the riff as like an Elvis Costello riff.
Right.
And it was supposed to be a song about how your 30s are going to be full of divorcees. Because I ran into a divorcee at the bar, and I was like, hey, this is going to be what it is. And it's like, you know, a catchy little ditty. And then I couldn't figure it out. So I just gave it to Zach, and he figured it out.
Yeah. God, I think we did a great job. Everything sounds good. We've got lots of new equipment.
We do.
At the end of season 1.
Anybody that's in chat right now, how is the audio coming through? New microphones and everything.
If there's any issues, please tell us.
I think I need to bring you up a little bit.
Bring me up. Always bring me up. That's
bring you up
There's
a
like a buzz. Is that just us?
That's us, because I have the headphones cranked.
All right. Well, if you're hearing a buzz, you're in this room.
They do not hear a buzz.
You're in this room. Yeah, if you're hearing a buzz. All right, well, welcome to season 2. Season 2 of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up, brought to you by Moot.tv here on the wonderful Houseboat.
I'm sorry,
Tommy
I forgot
Lee Jones.
to play that before.
Yeah, it's all right. Sorry, guys. We'll get you next season. All righty. Well, joining me here, as always, every episode, Mr. Justin Olimpedo.
Hello. Hopefully this takes care of my mumbling.
Yeah?
This microphone. It's way more clear.
You just need to carry that around with you everywhere you go.
Yeah,
and
headphones. So I'm talking to myself the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. No one will think anything of it.
No.
All right, now also joining us, you've already heard him speak. You've heard his wonderful musical abilities, along with our wonderful musical abilities as well. You know, Mr. Zachary Storman. I like that. You went with the old thumb and bottle.
Thumb in the bum.
Thumb in the bum. Thumb in the bum. Well, it's October. And that means pumpkin everything everywhere all the time.
I love it.
This is. I'm just gonna say this is not a. I jumped ahead.
Yeah, me too. I jumped the gun.
I'm sorry.
We were so busy working on tonight's song. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
And we haven't even had. This is the first sip of beer I had all day.
Yeah, we're usually 4 or 5 in. To be honest with all of you, we're usually not the soberest. But we're just opening up. We're drinking what here? This is Lancaster baked pumpkin ale.
Yeah.
I'll just let everybody know. I don't like pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin. I have not sipped this. I've been holding it in my hand
pumpkin beer
for like a minute. I'm going to try it.
This is a good pumpkin beer.
It's great. I like it.
Tastes like baked pumpkin pie. Pumpkin.
All right, it's minimal.
Yeah.
It's not. There's a breadiness to it.
Do you like pumpkin pie?
I don't like pumpkin. Like
at all, dude.
Like I don't like anything. I don't
even
like
jack-o'-lanterns.
I like them as things. I like them as inanimate objects.
Okay, so you like looking at
objects.
pumpkins?
Yes.
Okay.
I like the color of them. I like picking them. I like doing all the things that you can do with pumpkins.
Like stabbing them?
Besides, I love throwing them. I love smashing them, if you will.
Okay.
Yes.
What about pumpkin seeds?
Never really dealt with them. No, never really dealt with them.
Pumpkin seeds?
I figured if I don't like the thing it makes, I don't want it concentrated.
Yeah, but it's different though.
I just in my head, it's like it's like a bouillon cube of pumpkin.
It's not.
No,
it's not.
You ever eat a sunflower?
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like a sunflower.
I've never tasted a sunflower. Do you eat the sunflowers outside your house or your parents' house? Is that what you do? Whenever you're hungry, you just take a little nibble. You live in Wonkaville.
They're huge. They're like 10 inches around. There's a lot of meat on them sunflowers.
Dude.
But are they growing seeds, and can you eat the seeds?
You can eat the dude.
Like right off the plant,
seeds.
Can you eat the seed?
I don't know. I don't
know.
Hey,
I've never tried to harvest fresh sunflowers. I've always just purchased them in a bag. Yeah, I don't know. It just do they only grow into things, so they don't? There's just like a supply of them somewhere. They don't actually come off the plant. I don't get how this happens, sunflowers. You're freaking me out, man. You're freaking me out.
Sunflower, dial in and let us know.
Yeah, please, sunflower, call us. Don't be salty.
I mean, wow.
Speaking of calling, we are going to get some call-in stuff this season.
Yeah, we're going to try to get it set up so you guys can call in, leave us a message, and tell us what you liked, what you didn't like.
Not that sense.
Not that sense? Wait, no, I thought we were actually call in. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can set up something like that easy.
A voicemail.
You're saying someone actually calling in during the show?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
I think we should set up a P.O. box so people can send us stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We can do that.
We can do that.
Anybody?
Give us...
give us.
Anyone listening knows where we are.
Trash.
Don't give us trash. Yeah, everybody knows this.
Dirty underwear.
Do not send dirty underwear.
The post office will hate us.
Clean underwear only, please.
Yes, please.
Oh, now, first topic of discussion that I have after we've discussed the beer that I wanted to bring up. Somebody asked me this. They asked me this today. Do giraffes have spotted dicks?
I don't know.
Do they? Do you think they do? Do you want to think they do?
I mean, it depends.
Are their underbellies spotted? I don't think their underbellies are spotted.
They don't.
Yeah. Do zebras have like striped dicks? I think it stops at that point, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's too much friction going on. They would rub off.
It's like a dog stick, and it comes out of like
it's held inside.
So like, if you look at like a dog, like my parents' dog has spots on his dick. Because it's not really his dick, it's like that.
The skin.
Just skin around it that when his dick comes out, it's just a red rock.
Yeah, it's just a red rock. Yeah, you know that's
I assume a giraffe, like around a giraffe's pre-wiener is going to be... I'm Googling it.
All right. We're going to look up giraffe dick to get to the bottom of this.
There we go. There's a giraffe.
All right. There's a giraffe wiener. Does it have a spot? No, it's just a red rocket.
But that can have a spot.
The pouch could have a spout. Let's get a spot. The pouch could have a spout, too. The spout is actually the wiener.
Yeah.
The wiener's the spout there.
Right.
I don't know where the handle is. I don't want to tip that over and... pour it out at all.
Oh, look at this picture.
Oh, that's just a picture of a guy with a giraffe for a dick.
Yeah.
That dick has spots.
Oh, man, look at giraffes banging.
Oh, you know what? In high school, I don't know. Did you have, Justin, you went to East Stroudsburg South.
I did, yes.
Did you have Mr. STEM in social studies? He was like world geography.
I did.
He was a short, bearded,
yes,
little man.
Yep.
He kept a fifth of Jack Daniels in his drawer.
Yeah,
and he had a pack of cigarettes on him at all times. The one day, I'm pretty sure he just like sat out the window and smoked a cigarette while we were all in class.
Oh, nice.
He like pulled the blind shut and just hung out there. And I
probably
smelled
do the
cigarette
same
smoke.
You know,
but this guy,
teacher,
this guy was the king of weird videos, right? He was the king of showing 30-year-old videos about like some weird educational, shit.
Okay.
And the one thing that, for whatever reason, was board approved was animal husbandry giraffes.
Wow.
And we watched a whole thing about giraffes being forced to mate.
Forced to mate?
Yeah, like they were trying to mate them. And I was like, well, there's no test on this. Like, we don't need to know any. He just didn't want to be there.
All right.
And I respected that. He also played us the Gods Must Be Crazy movies. Ever see those where like the Coke bottle falls from an airplane hits a tribal guy in Africa on the head, and then they start worshiping.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking nuts. So we watched a lot of that shit.
I thought you were talking about the old comedy where I forget the one old actor who plays God.
God? Morgan Freeman?
No, it wasn't Morgan Freeman.
Alanis Morissette?
No.
I often get those two confused.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman and Alanis Morissette are probably the same person, in my opinion.
They may be, but it's a trilogy of movies back in like the 80s or 70s.
About God?
Yeah,
Bruce
but
Almighty.
I mean it's not about God, but the character
the
is
original
God.
versions of Bruce Almighty from the 70s.
Yeah.
Let me do some.
All right. Well, while we're looking at that, I had a funny thought this morning while having breakfast. They say that if you're having a stroke, you smell toast.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Every day in the truck with Mark.
It would suck to have a stroke.
Oh God is the name of the movie.
Oh God. Oh, okay. No, I don't know that.
Oh God, how did I forget that one?
No.
Oh God.
I don't know that. Wait, is that John Denver?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it's John. That's
it's John Denver. And George Burns plays God.
George Burns plays God. Okay.
Dude, speaking of George Burns,
I think he is God.
In my middle school,
yeah,
there was a big poster of George Burns at
Smoking
the library.
A cigar?
No, just him, just standing there with a book.
Yeah.
Just a huge poster, and on the bottom it said "read" in huge letters.
That was it.
And so the read was like regular sheet of paper size high.
Okay.
So somebody drew a big D on a piece of printer paper.
It just said dread.
No, and it said dead.
Oh, shit. Dead.
Yeah.
Well,
He went up and slapped it. It was high up.
Dead.
He is dead.
Yeah.
And
he is for sure dead.
Dude, it was there all day before anyone noticed. It just said dead.
Perfect.
It was amazing.
The hijinks of high school life. But my thought was it would suck to have a stroke at a Denny's. Because you'd never smell it coming.
True.
You're just like, I'm having a stroke? Nope, just having breakfast. Just having breakfast. Oh, no, I'm having a stroke.
Pancake.
And I'm having a heart attack. What, is that what you smell? Pancakes and syrup and butter? Oh, no, what kind of... I'm convulsing over here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, it's just toast. It's just toast. Never mind. It's just toast. All right. So hashtags. When I hashtag things on Instagram and everything, they bring out some weird comments sometimes.
I've actually been reading some of them. Like, obviously, because we get tagged at times.
Yeah.
Some of them are just ridiculous.
Some of them are weird. Now, the other day, somebody, I did hashtag, like, rap, hashtag hip-hop, rock, R&B, like, anything that we've kind of, like, touched on. I was putting, what did you put up? P.O. Box 123, Justin Sucks, PA. That's the address, apparently. But we
sounds like a terrible town.
I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is.
Cat, you're pissing.
But we got a comment based on me saying hashtag rap, and it just said,
"Oh, the producer thing."
Yeah, you are an amazing rapper. I have a producer that you should work with. It.
Yeah.
They said that to you.
Yeah, DM him as soon as possible. And I clicked on it, and it's like this 17-year-old kid from Bulgaria.
Yeah. Dude, I think
we should
Remy...
work with him.
I think we should reach out to him.
Yeah.
But they obviously don't know that I'm not a rapper.
No,
they haven't heard it.
They think that you're
I'm an amazing rapper.
I bet you they listened to the last episode.
I highly doubt it. People don't listen to episodes. We haven't gotten the numbers yet to know if people listen to episodes yet, but I've listened to it.
Are you guys listening? Is anybody out there?
Anybody out there? Anybody out there?
Mark is listening.
One person listening. One person for real listening. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
But yeah,
he listens on the iTunes.
Hello, future Mark.
Hello, somebody in the future named Mark. If you're named Mark and you're not the Mark we're talking about, you must really like this show and think that we're like talking directly to you.
Or that'd be terrible because then we're just calling this random Mark Mark.
Oh, we are calling him me and Mark. We should just start insulting random people that we don't know, like somebody just named Terrence. It's like, Terrence, we know you're listening, Terrence.
Terrible Terrence.
You're terrible, Terrence.
We know what you did with your underwear, Terrence.
Admit to your mother what you did with the underpants, Terrence. Oh. All right. So recently, I've been trying to get back on the quitting smoking wagon, and I try to do the Nicorette gum.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. Right.
Well, first off, how much do they cost at this point?
Well, I got a cheap Rite Aid brand of like a
okay, so it's Rite Aid's version of Nicorette.
Yeah, of Nicorette, and it was like $30 for like 10 sheets of it or something like that.
Do you remember the name of it?
It's just Rite Aid.
Okay.
It was
They didn't even try.
They didn't even try Rite Aid, like nicotine chewing gum, I think, and it was like the 4 milligram, and it's cinnamon flavored. Now I don't know if it's the cinnamon flavor or if it's the fact that I shouldn't be chewing nicotine, but immediately within like 30 seconds of chewing this piece of gum, I felt like I was going to vomit.
Okay.
And then my throat just started kind of like convulsing a little bit, and I just had really bad like gags, and then I just started hiccuping uncontrollably for like a half hour.
Very weird.
It sucked.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe it was just because I had eaten some shitty food or something, had a soda or something like that.
Did you have heartburn?
No heartburn. No heartburn. It was just hiccups, and it felt like I was going to vomit.
I get heartburn from certain flavors like dip.
Okay.
I mean,
the
that
nicotine
definitely
in that will
happen,
definitely give me heartburn.
Well, yeah, it wasn't so much heartburn. It was just a gagging, gross, feeling that I did not want to repeat over and over again.
Okay.
But I keep doing it. I keep like at my work, and I'm just like, I want a cigarette, so I just like throwing a piece of gum in my mouth. And then like, and then going
Why not
behind
just
the bar.
use a regular piece of gum?
Well, that's what I'm thinking now. I should just start chewing gum because it's.
Start chewing tobacco.
Chewing tobacco. I don't want to do that. Behind the bar, just walking around with a little spit cup.
Why not?
Oh, I mean, it would.
That fucking cinder. That's probably okay.
Yeah,
it might. It might not be totally frowned upon.
Like,
I would frown upon.
They make fancy spit jugs called a mud jug.
I was going to say a spittoon.
This company makes like millions of dollars. It's a fancy little. You can get all kinds of graphic. You could probably get a custom graphic of the fucking logo to the show.
You need a tricked out spittoon.
A tricked out spittoon. Yeah.
Mud jug.
A mud jug. Oh, I'm just carried around with me everywhere. That's not disgusting. That's a backpack. What's that? It's 40 gallons of spit. Why? I've got problems.
I just quit smoking.
I quit smoking. When? Yesterday. Admit to your mother when you've done. Admit to it. I had a friend growing up whose mother just sounded like this, and it was great. She was one of our one of our bus drivers too. She'd be like, "Good morning, everybody," and you're just like, "Oh my god, that is uncanny."
Imagine waking up to that.
Oh my god, good morning, honey. Good morning, honey. You ready for the usual? I'm gonna go downtown. Downtown. Alrighty, now we
we should we want to talk about the.
Oh fuck! God, how have I not yet
mentioned it?
If you're watching on YouTube right now, or if you're watching or you're listening on iTunes by now, the logo will have changed. We have amazing new artwork from the incomparably talented Will Savinsky. He fucking. Oh my god! Round of applause.
Yeah,
now, what I love, the first thing, I asked him, I was just like, do what you want, kind of do what you want, but I want all three of our faces on there.
Right.
So he made me gross and sweaty. My teeth are disgusting. I'm smoking a cigarette. I've got, my hat on backwards. It's me. It's perfectly me. Justin, you just look spaced out beyond all belief.
You look high as fuck.
It is fucking hilarious. And then he said Zach, he couldn't stop drawing Zach as anything other than Charles Manson.
I can see it in this picture.
I can see it in the picture.
Yeah.
Everybody I've told that to is like, oh, does he know Zach? And I'm like, no, he doesn't really know Zach.
We've never met.
He's there. He just knew
I'd like
in
to
spirit.
meet Will.
In spirit.
Dude,
We're going to try to get him to come out of your shell and hang out with us. We'll at least play some music. If not, we'll get you to talk.
Yeah.
And at least make you keep drawing things for us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
He also did our little guy in the corner there, Mr. Tommy Lee Jones, Mr. Houseboat Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep.
Our little mascot, our channel name.
Which it brought up when I saw everything.
Yeah.
For this season. Oh, sorry, I thought the cat was doing something. For this season,
she's messing with the
by the mid of this season, I want to get some shirts done up, and that will be one.
Hell
obviously,
this logo.
Obviously, we're gonna give Will some shirts for the
the shop.
Yeah, you know what I mean, for thanking. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
we should mention.
No, I mean not even so much. Not even so much to sell it.
I'm saying like
for his own personal,
he can do whatever he wants with. Yeah.
Exactly.
But he does work. He works. Yeah, burn them at the altar. He can burn them at the altar.
But either way, I mean, the logo, get some stuff out there.
Yeah, hell yeah. But a big thanks again to him. Really kind of knocking it out of the park with this.
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted with how cool it looks.
It's awesome.
We've been getting a lot of, honestly, our best reception on any social media.
And you can find Will at
At the Altar on Main Street in Stroudsburg, right next to the wonderful K's.
Yes.
The wonderful K's Tavern in the Chinese place.
If you go in and get our logo tattooed on you,
we will all have sex with you.
Show.
Oh, okay, we'll do that instead.
Kyle will have sex with you.
I'll have sex with you, and you can be the producer of the show.
Sure.
But it's got to be, you have to get the full logo there. You have the full logo. One of the 2 full logos, you know?
One of 2, yeah.
Yeah. He did say about Tommy Lee Jones, he was drawing him, he goes, Tommy just isn't impressed by anything.
Not at all,
and I was like, you're right, he isn't.
I mean, we're on this channel.
We're on this channel. We are just a disappointment.
I think the 3 of us should get the Tommy Lee Jones.
I'm not
I'd be down for that.
I'd be down with that.
I'd have Will do his artwork.
Yeah. I'm gonna get Tim to do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Tim to do Will's artwork.
Yeah, I want this done.
Hey, can I get this like exactly the same way? What? That's Will's. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I just want you to do it. Yeah, I just want you to do it. I like your line work more, or something that is tattoo-y sounding. But yeah, so Will, again, big thanks, big shout out to him. We're gonna be having hopefully some merch and stuff coming out soon for all of the one of you that wants it.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
it's and then
me. we also I want it too, but also I think we should go with the idea of just printing words.
Yeah,
handing it out to the college kids.
Weird slogan T-shirts. Yeah.
Not even so much, just with the address.
Oh, just
get the website.
Our address? Yeah.
HouseboatTommyLeeJones.com.
P.O. Box 123 Justin Sucks,
PA.
There
you go. That'll be on the back.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
That'll be on the back. Yeah, that'd be good. So going back to the Nicorette thing, I was trying to use the Nicorette knockoff gum, and it was terrible. And it started me thinking. I think I started smoking around I was like 19, 20 years old. And my first cigarette was a Marlboro Menthol Light.
Ooh,
and
like a Fasano.
Oh, now I was wondering, do you remember how old you were for your first cigarette? Because we're all smokers.
13.
13 years old. What was it?
It was a Winston.
A Winston, full flavor.
Full flavor.
Wow.
That's what my dad smoked. It was an extra pack of cigarettes.
Did you yanked his cigarettes?
Yeah, they were open. It was basically for my grandfather if he came. Oh shit. God damn it. Can I have paper towels?
Paper towels, because the board's all wet. Are we going to die?
No.
Are we going to die?
We won't die.
Are we live still?
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay.
Hopefully.
That's good.
All right. Thank you.
So your grandfather.
So if my grandfather ever had to come and watch me, because, 13
there was just
old,
an emergency pack of cigarettes
yeah,
for him?
in case. And every once in a while he would smoke one, but he would smoke unfiltered cigarettes.
So, would he break the filter off?
No, he would smoke it that way. But if there was an open pack of cigarettes there, I would just go in and grab a cigarette and be good.
And this started habitually at 13?
No, it was just every once in a while.
Every once in a while? You ever get caught?
Yeah, actually.
What happened? Did anybody make you do a whole pack of cigarettes in the bathroom?
No. It was my mom that caught me. It was early in the morning. I'd woken up and we had a guest bathroom upstairs. Now, their bedroom, they had to pass by it, and it's literally like top of the stairs, bathroom, and then stairs went downstairs.
Okay.
So I'm in there smoking a cigarette, and I hear a knock on the door, and my mom's like, "You smoking a cigarette?" And I'm like, "Nope." And she's like, "I can smell it." I'm like, "Yep." And at that point, she's like, "All right, what am I?"
You're smoking it out the window?
At that point, no. There was no window.
Just the thing in the vent, and it's gonna take it.
Yeah, I didn't know, man.
Yeah.
I was at that point when I got caught. I was 15, and it was habitual at that point. So
okay.
But she was just like, "What am I gonna do? I'm not buying you cigarettes."
Yeah, and the first one was Winston full flavor though.
Full flavor. Yeah.
That's crazy. But you had a filter on it.
Yes.
Okay, Zach, do you remember your first cigarette? How old you were? What it was?
I want to say the first time I had a cigarette would probably be at Camelback.
Okay.
I smoked weed before I smoked cigarettes.
Okay.
So the first time I tried weed, I was 11.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then, I didn't smoke weed until I was out of college.
I was 27.
Wow. Yeah, and that we used to smoke
no joke.
You were 27, right?
I mean, I had smoked 3 or 4 times before, but I was so drunk I had no idea if it affected me at all. And the one time I was actually just given one of those makeshift little pieces out of the toilet paper roll. And it was a former guest of ours.
Spoof.
And and he goes, whatever you do, don't exhale into it. And I went, okay. And I purposely just went and blew everything. I was out shit faced. I blew it all over and I handed him $5, not knowing how much weed was, and then walked away. But I was nice about being a dick, you know. Right. But it was to one of our former guests. He might have wizard staves.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
It was Cisco.
So we started smoking weed at Camelback in like the 5th grade.
Jesus.
We would go snowboarding. Like we would
hit in the 50s.
If anybody knows about old school Camelback, the A-frame.
Okay.
We hit the A-frame off Lower Clea, which was this little A-frame shack in the woods where they like stored stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I grew up at Camelback. Like I know that mountain like the back of my hand. So like we weren't afraid of anything. We'd go in the A-frame and smoke weed.
Shit.
And then I feel like the first time I had a cigarette was probably sometime around then, 5th, 6th grade.
Really?
Where somebody probably had stole one from their dad.
Okay.
And we smoked weed. And then one kid had one cigarette.
And you just passed it around.
Were like, whoa, would you get a cigarette, dude? And like passed it around.
Okay.
Maybe I did that a handful of times. I didn't actually start smoking on the regular till I turned 18.
So you turned 18?
Yeah.
See, I was pretty hardcore, not militant, but pretty hardcore straight edge until I was about 19 years old. And I've probably told this story on the show in the past where Steve and I broke edge by not knowing how to drink Jack Daniels, filling 2 12-ounce cups up with Jack Daniels, cheersing them, and then chugging it. And that was how we both broke edge. We started strong.
How old were you?
Man.
It was the year. It was the night American Dad premiered. That's all I remember. It was right after the Super Bowl, so it was probably like 2005, 2006, so I'm probably 19, 20 years old.
And how did that end?
We didn't get drunk. We didn't know what happened. We were so mad. We did that, and then we all smoked cigars. And I had smoked a cigar like once before. And so that was like my first foray into anything. And then and Jeremy and Chuck kind of smoked cigars for a while. And then I was with our friend, one of my friends, Erica, that went to Stroudsburg. And we're driving around, and I'm making fun of how dumb she looks smoking a cigarette. And I take a cigarette out of her hand, or out of her pack, and I was like, look at me, I'm Erica. And I put the cigarette in my mouth. I light the cigarette. I inhale and just start puffing away. I'm like, ooh, look at me, look at me, look at me. And I puffed away maybe at like half of it, coughing my fucking ass off, threw it out the window, and I was like, it's stupid. And then like a week later, I was working at Friendly's at the time, and I wanted to take breaks, but they wouldn't let you take breaks unless you were smoking. So I just bought a pack of cigarettes, and I just bought Marlboro menthol lights, and went outside, and I would at first just hold the cigarette and just sit there and make it look like I was smoking. Once in a while, take like a drag if I thought someone was looking. And eventually I just started smoking them. But it very quickly switched to Marlboro Milds, which were like that.
It was so you could take breaks, though?
Yeah, it was because I wanted to take breaks.
Me too. That's when I really started smoking. I worked at the hospital. And you're not allowed to smoke on campus at the hospital.
You have to walk
the old Pocono Medical Center.
And it becomes clicky. You become clicky. You wind up in a there was a study done after they banned smoking indoors, at least in Pennsylvania, where it made it harder for people to quit smoking because now you were forming a community with other people.
It was more of a habit now because you weren't inside. It wasn't like, okay, I'm taking my break, eating food and smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
It was, I have to go eat my food, go outside, smoke my cigarette, and then be on my business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so
adds that other.
I wonder how many people started. If you're listening, write into us at km.won'tshutup@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram. How old were you when you first started smoking? How did it become a habit? When did it start? Text me. 570 Sir Humps. That's what it is. It's Sir Humps. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I really wish that was my phone number. That'd be great. Actually, just start calling 570 Sir Humps and just tell them about how you started smoking.
Yeah.
Whoever fucking answers, just start telling them how you started smoking. Figure out what the numbers are. So do you remember what the worst cigarette you've ever had? Because we've all had experiences where you're like low on money, you want a pack of cigarettes,
I unfortunately
and you buy something shitty. Now, were you always non-menthol or were you mentholated?
No, I started menthol. All right, so when I actually got into smoking, I started with Newports.
Okay.
Like when I was able to buy my own cigarettes, it was Newports.
Okay.
Then
was there any reason for that? Was it because you wanted to be playing volleyball on the beach with a bunch of real cool white people?
No, there was no reason for it. It was just like the flavor of it.
I feel like it's a big name, though. Too.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, like when you walk in, I mean, I went from smoking Winston's, not on the regular, but when I can get them, to going out and buying cigarettes.
Okay.
Which meant when I was old enough to drive, so when I got my permit at 16, there was you know where Coco's is, the gas station?
Yeah, the gas station across from the Pocono Palace.
So it used to be owned by Indians. Okay. And at that point, they didn't give a shit. They didn't check my ID. So when I was 16...
And you're super tall.
I'm a big dude. So most people didn't give a shit.
Did you have facial hair at 16?
No, actually it didn't. So I would go there, buy cigarettes, buy Newports. Okay. And then about 3 years into smoking Newports, I actually hacked up some blood, and I was just like, all right.
Oh, yeah, because you're just puffing down fiberglass. That's all it is. It cuts open the inside of your throat and enters your bloodstream quicker, which is why it feels so intense.
Right. So then I tried to smoke a Winston, and I was like, I can't handle this. Like, I need menthol. So I switched over to Marlboro Menthol Lights, and then eventually transitioned over to just non-menthol.
Non-menthol.
Yeah.
Now, what's the worst one you ever remember smoking?
All right, so it's not a specific brand, but more or less when I was living at the Eckenbargers, they have a vending company. Okay. So they would put cigarette machines in bars and such. And the one day we had run out of cigarettes and we were too lazy to fucking go out and actually buy cigarettes. So his dad's like, there's a whole bag of cigarettes in the...
loose?
No, yeah, I mean, just no, not like loose cigarettes.
I was just saying, holy shit.
Crazy. No.
There's a bag of stale cigarettes in the garage.
But, I mean, basically it was... old cigarettes sealed, but they couldn't put it in because they were out of date. So what it was him fucking with us and just being an asshole in a sense. Like, you can have this if you want, but good luck. And they were probably about 2 years out of date. There was a bunch of Camels in there, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll smoke some Camels. And it was the stalest. The shit burned in 30 seconds. Like you took a puff and it was half gone. And I'm just like
in The Simpsons when someone takes one drag
and it's gone, dude. Yeah, that was the worst experience ever. Now, just from buying, probably the flavored Camel stuff that they were doing.
The pink and the green ones, the sugar.
No.
Flavors?
Even before that, they had these tin cans where it was for martini drinkers and shit like that, and they were flavored with lime and weird shit. And I'm just like, these are pretty bad, dude.
Okay, I remember Camel had actually the first time I ever was given free cigarettes. My cousin John and I were in Philadelphia. I think I was pretending to be from Ireland, and we were at a bunch of different bars, putzing around down in the Old Town Philly area. Right. And we walked by this person who's like, "Hey, you want to sign up? You get 2 packs of cigarettes for free." And I'd just been smoking a year or so, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah,
2 free packs." Yeah, that's why my dad would go to the races, right there, not to cut you off. But if you went to but if you went to a race while it was a Winston Cup, no matter how many cigarettes were in your pack, if you went up to the Winston stand, they would trade you 1 for 1 pack. So my dad would take an empty pack of cigarettes, throw 5 in 1, 5 in 1, 5 in 1, walk up and be like, "Here you go."
And they're just throwing the other ones out.
Yeah, basically, they're like, "Here's 5 free packs for those."
No, what they're doing is they're taking all of those, they're gutting them and putting them into the Winstons. That's what Winstons are.
That'd be nice if they did that with Monster. Now you walk up with a Monster with backwash in it, you're like,
give me a Red Bull.
Anyway, so you were saying
I don't know what
free cigarettes.
Oh yeah, free cigarettes. Yeah, we were in Philly, and they were like, you get 2 packs of cigarettes, and I was like, okay. And I was like, what are they? And they're like, oh, they're the new Camels. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So I fill it out. No, it was the Camel Seasons, I think is what it was called. They had one for each season. They had a winter one.
That, man.
Yeah, they had a winter one that was a full flavored menthol. They had a summer one that was more light and airy. The fall one had more of a, just a burnt taste to it, more of a roasted taste. And the spring one was kind of floral, and it was just weird.
Right. Autumnal cigarette.
Autumnal cigarettes. And so my cousin didn't smoke, but he signed up and gave me the, so I got 4 free packs of cigarettes. So I'm walking around with 6 packs of cigarettes because I think I already had 2 on me because we're going drinking in Philly. And then like 6 weeks later, I got an ashtray in the mail, and I was very happy about
from
that.
Camel?
But they were terrible cigarettes. Those were those were my worst.
That's why they were giving them away.
Zach, do you remember what your worst are?
Anytime, like, I don't think I've never bought them, but like anytime anyone has given me like a Maverick,
yeah,
or
dude,
USA
like a very
Gold,
cheap cigarette.
USA Golds, the
Actually,
Eagle 20s.
what are
Those close
ones that you smoked for a day?
1859s or whatever.
Wait,
Those Pennsylvania
the 1859s, yeah.
Those are pretty on par of terrible.
Those
dude.
are like M&S Country Store perfection. Now they say they compare themselves to American Spirits because they're all organic.
You know what? American Spirit is pretty low on my list of good cigarettes. I don't like them.
Yeah,
I like them because they take, like, if I want a cigarette that I know
that's gonna burn for a while.
Exactly.
I can't do that at work though. That's the only problem. You can't smoke a cigarette like that on break.
There was one point at the country club that I could smoke a full cigarette in 30 seconds because that's all the time that I had.
You had that amount of time to do it.
So American Spirit was
melting
not
pot. I would do that. I would take like the Southern Cuts or something like that, and I was like, throw it. You're good.
It's so terrible.
I smoked the Southern Cuts. Well, mine was more the 27s for a long time.
I do like the 27s.
Those were like my staple probably for the longest. Yeah.
And I will say, as far as menthol goes, man, Camels kill it with the little pods, so you can get
the Camel Crush and the the extra menthol.
Well, any of their menthol comes with that crush pod, so you get menthol and then you can crush it and you get extra menthol.
Oh shit!
You ever just eat the pod?
No, I've never done that. Have you?
Were you telling me about a cigarette that actually put mint?
Yeah, there was a cigarette. I forget what the company was named, but it was a very, very high-end cigarette out of like North Carolina. It was probably just one of like the was it William Morris, like one of those companies, but their high-end brand.
And did they sell it only around there?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, I remember. I don't know if they're like Nat Sherman style, like something like that. But they were like high end at that level. But they had legitimately a ball of mint in there that you would roll, and it would give you a natural menthol. See,
I could do
flavor.
that, man. I would love to try that. If somebody knows what that
if you know if that's a real thing. Message us, send us mail at P.O. Box 123 Justin Sucks, PA.
Yeah.
And we'll get that at some point.
Yeah.
Now, if you really want to be a man, though, what you do is you go down to the Wawa and you get that $12 tub of Longhorn straight cut.
Oh yeah,
that's what Kenny.
And then you just boost it, right?
It's worth 12 tins of dip, and it's like $12. It's like literally the cheapest. My brother bought a tub of it one day while we were working.
How was it?
Oh, me and him, the first time I tried it, me and him I packed a double horseshoe, which is your whole bottom lip and your whole, I just packed my entire mouthful. I got in the morning and I put on like Waylon Jennings or something. Of course. I was just like, let's get these motherfuckers.
Were you flying, dude?
I've never really done the dip. I mean, what the fuck? Do you feel high off of that shit? Like,
it's a different. You know, like when you smoke a cigarette for the first time, like even if it's like you wake up and 6 hours later you didn't have a cigarette.
You've been up for a while, then you have a cigarette.
And that feeling, that lightness. It's not the same thing. There is a feeling, like it's just that burn. I don't know. It's weird to explain. Like that burn associates to like another.
It's more nicotine than a cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
by far, a lot more nicotine.
It's intense. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of having to spit gunk out of my mouth and then the taste in my mouth. I feel like I'd be gagging all the time. I don't know if I could do it. Now we're gonna be going to our first break here shortly. Now we're gonna play my song, right? We're gonna play my song now.
We'll do a little recap here.
We're gonna do a recap. In the heat of the Eminem rap battles of last month, something that has drastically died down and is no longer a story whatsoever. Ooh, Camel Royals, there you go.
Yeah, dude. I like them. They have a nice flavor. Yeah.
You know, I did used to smoke the Turkish Silvers. The Turkish Silvers I liked for a while.
Thank you, sir.
But I kicked off a rap battle against you guys. Yes. I did a song.
Opened a can of worms.
A can of worms.
A big can of worms.
Now, you guys, Zach, you wrote the beat and recorded my track in kind of like one afternoon. And then we put the song up. You guys had a month to work on it, and you did it today, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it last night.
Yeah, I finished mine today.
All right, so sweet.
But I was writing.
You were writing along the way. You were writing along the way.
You know, it's a lot trickier than you think, and you know, It's almost like
I made it look easy, didn't I?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
But when you're like listening to Pat and Remy, you're like, oh fuck, okay, so I can do that, and then you try and do it, and you're like,
talking,
I can't do this,
right?
Like, I can't
just
fucking do this, man. Like,
I mean,
it does make me.
The first few takes of my verse, I was like, "How's that, Justin?" Justin just me goes, "Dude, that's not good." Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, "What do I need to do better?" He's like, "Just
all of it."
All of it. It's like it's not good.
It makes you have a different respect for it. It makes me take back a lot of things I've said about even bad rappers in the past.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's skill. Like I still think that Jean-Luc Picard would be a kick-ass rapper,
probably
because he's trained and his tongue is trained for that.
Yeah.
But
Zach was stuck in Fasano mode for a few minutes.
Yeah,
were you just saying fuck, fuck?
Like
very
super stiff.
Very stiff.
Oh
just
yeah.
He's like
super stiff. That's not Fasano mode. That's opposite of Fasano mode.
You're right.
I was really thumbing it in.
He was really thumbing it in.
And Justin's like, you need to you're not having fun. Like, please have fun doing this.
Yeah.
Which is something I've told Pat and Remy a million times.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I can hear someone rap and know exactly what they need to do to be better.
Yeah.
Because I've been recording it for so long.
Yeah.
Trying to do it was fucking
because it's not something that you practice. Pat and Remy practice that shit.
I literally never rap.
Everybody, all
and he's been doing it for
nonstop.
At this point, what, over a decade? Like constantly just rapping. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Now, I did my song, and then I asked you guys to respond. The only rules I really said was same beat, and you had to write your own shit.
Right.
And that was it. So we kept to that. Cool. What we're gonna play my song first, then we're gonna come back, and then we'll talk for like a minute, and then we'll put yours on after that. I have not heard yours yet.
Right.
But this is a recap for anybody that doesn't want to listen to episode 21 of season 1. We're going to recap my original.
Do you want me to kill the microphones, or do you want me to?
Yeah, kill the mics. Kill the mics. Right. Let's just play it for them. All right. Here we go. So we'll be back right after this. Enjoy my diss track. I think I called it Buckshot.
Okay.
Yo, your first initials are about as close as you two get to rap greatness. Yeah. Big Pat ain't here for you now. JNC ain't got nothing on me every day. I smoke 2 J's before I hit the Z's. My rap game is fresher than I picked it this morning. YouTube been round, yeah, you tried true and boring. It's brunch time here from 10 to noon, and I got your cure coming straight from a noob. Justin just mumbles, plays games and beats. Yeah, Zach, you're talented, I get out my seat. My lawn intendant, I only 10 bars. Now I'll zone out while you girls go talk about cars. Houseboat, Kyle, Moke, words you wrote, they came out your throat. Yeah, you play and record all the notes, but without my voice, it's just a punchless joke. Game is getting played, I'ma set a high score. Show me another of those FPS snore. Months you got logs working out those fingers. You're the backbone here, but I'm the one winner. Show you a boys a flow type massacre. When it comes to baiting, you're the true two masters. Dotting my eyes and working your tools. You keep it the gates, but now you're messing with Zool. Animal style, I'm in and out this game. Stepping on trends on my long climb to fame. I jam this space, but I'm here for the clout. Bill Murray status, as my knees, I'm out.
All right, so that was
right how good that was.
It was actually good.
It's actually really good.
It was actually good. It got a little bit better stepping away from it. Anything that I ever write and record, I hate immediately. And then if it's okay, I'll admit it later. That was. I'm still impressed with myself.
No, it is good. It is good.
It wasn't bad.
Quite a few lines in there that
some
are really
good lines. Good. I keep going back to the Bill Murray status. Ice my knees. I'm out. I love that. The Space Jam reference I threw in there.
Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters messing with Zool.
Yeah.
All right, now you guys. You are one track, right?
One track
together. Yeah. Is it you one then the other? Or are you guys going together at all? One then the other?
I go first and then Justin.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm excited to hear this. I'm stoked as all hell again. Definitely mute us while this plays. How long is yours? You guys
same length.
Same length? Really? Same exact. Okay, sweet.
We didn't touch the beat at all. We just
wonderful. Perfect. So this is the purest of planned out white boy rap battles ever. All right, so we're gonna drop it. Do we have a name for it? Did you come up with a name for it? Is it gonna be Cum Shot?
I think that's what originally would.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Cum Shot. All right, so here's Cum Shot.
All right,
I'm stoked. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Fucking, let me Will Smith flow on this motherfucker. You pick with the wrong fucking people, Kyle. Fuck you, Kyle. I am here to remind you to shut up. And if you offended, I don't care. Alright? Let me remind you, puts it all together. Cause you can barely handle using your phone to check the weather. But whatever, man, I don't really try that hard. Oh, wait, you too? So why you on the title card? Matter of fact, remind me what you do. Sleep on my couch, drink all my booze, smoke on my herb, and never clean up, and never buy nothing, and never fucking shut up. So please stop talking and leave the diss to the pros. Talk shit on brunch again, and I'll bloody your nose. You cruddy and old, you about as funny as a pile of mold that grows where your jokes get told. You one-dimensional, I'm twofold. I grow exponential, you grow cold, bitch.
Give me the mic and move. Don't need back, my dude. Well, actually, thank you for that opening too. I'm the backbone. I'm keeping them tracks going. Firing boom boom clacks while you're coughing hacks, eating snacks and drinking 6-packs. Now mumble me this. When'd you get the balls? Come with a diss. Say only Zool? Nah, only drool. You're a snore fest, a real bore fest. Down for the count, now help to get out. You mess with brunch, we'll carve you for lunch. Alright, well that was real stupid, man. You know, this thing took up way too much of my time. Kyle, shut the fuck up. That's all I got, you know, I'm fucking done.
Bitch. 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 Was it everything you wanted?
That was perfect.
Yeah,
oh my god!
dude.
You know, I always wanted to like throw myself my own roast. That was better. That was so fucking good. Oh my god, that was fucking great.
I think this is how we get better at rapping.
Yeah.
So Kyle,
Probably.
you need to respond.
I gotta respond now. I gotta
will
respond.
respond again.
How long do I have? Oh no.
Next season.
Next season. Okay, I'll start working on it now. Jesus Christ, that's fucking. Now, have you guys on any of the other recordings? Have you rapped at all yourselves?
No, I haven't.
The first time I spit a few bars on a track I did with Pat, a brand new track I did with Pat, and those bars are actually good. My bars are good, but it's like four, and I'm like, Pat goes, and then I go in the middle, and then he comes in. The other like share some stuff. So that was the first time, and then yesterday was the first time I spit a whole 16 just by myself.
And the other thing too, the challenge was we were taking that beat, and when I was writing, I was not writing to any sort of beat. I was just kind of trying to piece things together, and then when I was sitting up there today, I'm like, legitimately, like with the beat on loop, going over things, I'm like, that doesn't work. I cannot say it the way I want to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's there were a bunch of lines that I remember I had thrown in there at the end that I just kind of cut out because, I mean, obviously we just went with a set length. Right. But yeah, certain ones just don't flow. I mean, and
no matter how good the line is, it just doesn't work for
it doesn't work. And you know what? You know what? That was part of the challenge to be the same exact beat. But I love that same beat, 3 rappers, 3 totally different styles. Yeah. The Will Smith flow on this.
I had the Will Smith flow.
Yeah. That's fucking perfect.
Are we ready for another beer?
I think we're ready for another beer.
I mean, I had 2 already.
You already had 2.
I did have a
pumpkin ale.
Dogfish Head pumpkin ale.
Oh. All right.
Which I've had before, so that's why I had that one. It's
well, why don't you? I've not had that, so why don't you give me that guy?
I want this one with the anime girl on it.
The Mistress?
This is called
the Maple Mistress.
The Maple Mistress.
This is amazing.
That's the one. That's the one that Justin is telling me.
It's a sock.
Hit you with that.
It's got an anime pirate with a pancake.
It's been out for a couple years now. I remember when Yard first got it in, and that's what drew me to the actual label. Is what drew me to it.
The anime girl.
And then the fact that it had maple. Yeah, fuck you. The fact that it had maple in it, I was like, maple beer. Okay.
All right. Well, right off the bat, the pumpkin ale. This is 7%. The one from Dogfish. 7%. It's a brown ale brewed with pumpkin and spices.
Just so you know, the Lancaster is also 7%.
7? Really?
Yes.
That one's 7%. Are most pumpkin beers on the higher side?
I don't think so. But
out of the Stegmaier, it's like right on like 5 or 6, I think.
By the time we get done trying all this, just so you know, for $10.50, the Lancaster was for the 6-pack.
Okay.
So 7% beer.
7% beer.
Oh, this Maple Mistress is 9.5.
Oh yeah. And I think it was like $13 for the 4-pack.
It was. And then the
Dogfish
is
4 for 12.50, something like that.
And I want to say the Fagley's Brewworks Imperial Pumpkin was $13.
The Dogfish is a 6-pack, though.
Yeah,
right?
Dogfish is.
So there you go.
The Brewworks was a 4-pack, and I think it's $13.
13, yeah. So both 4-packs. And what's the ABV on that Fagley's?
I want to say 9.
So the 2 4-packs are
this
more.
This is 9, yes.
9%. And which one? What did you say the maple?
9.5.
9.5.
And by the way, this is ale brewed with butternut squash, which I've eaten a lot of substation butternut squash this year. And maple syrup and spices.
Yeah.
The substation butternut squash at work we mow PP&L.
Okay.
Substations.
You know, like fields, huge fields in the middle of nowhere that PP&L owns, but you know we have to maintain. So there's this one, and there's humongous butternut squash just growing naturally in this field. So me and Mark pick them. And I bring them home. I've made soup, which was amazing.
Nice.
I roasted some. It was great. It's just, I'm a big butternut squash fan. Yeah.
So what do you think of the Dogfish Head?
The Dogfish Head, honestly, so far, having not had the other ones, only having that and having whatever pumpkin beers I've had in the past, this might be the easiest pumpkin beer I've ever consumed. Dogfish Head is generally the one that makes me like things I don't like. They're the brewery. I didn't like IPAs. I had the 60-minute, and I went, okay, I get why people like
lighter,
this. They have a soft approach to the palate on things. And
I think the Fagley's is going to be the hardest for you.
Fagley's is probably going to be the hardest. It's going to be syrupy, and it's going to be in your face. I feel like with the pumpkin. Is it spiced? Does it say pumpkin spice?
Oh yeah, it has pumpkin spice.
So all these are not just pumpkin; they are pumpkin and spice.
The least pumpkin that's going to be is the one that's actually.
Okay, because I was got the maple.
There's no pumpkin in it.
There's pumpkin.
No, it's butternut squash.
It's butternut squash, but they call it a pumpkin beer. But it's maple.
It's the same family.
And what do you think of that, Zach?
I like it.
9% beer.
It's
or 9.5%.
It's weirdly sweet and bitter at the same time. Like at first, when it first hits your lips, the maple hits you, and then it has that aftertaste that I think if you drink craft beer, you know what I'm talking about. That like
the mouthfeel of the alcohol.
Of a heavier specialty beer.
Right.
Well, while we're sipping on these, and before we,
I'm going to join you on that.
You're going to join me on this, all right? And before we go into any new music, I wanted to talk about something that happened at work last night or 2 nights ago.
All right.
Now, I work at this wonderful, wonderful family neighborhood dive bar.
Yeah, it's great, dude. It is
the Cinder.
Oh, I love it.
It's a great bar, dude.
Except
for I couldn't get in there today.
Yeah.
Because I thought the door was locked.
Yeah, we put a new barn door style door on, and it needs to be shaved down a little. The expansion of the cold and everything, the heat there, there's whatever.
But it looks great, dude.
It looks phenomenal.
Although they should do clear plastic.
Well, it's getting clear plastic right now. That's just because we wanted to keep it open without having while we're waiting on the actual clear plastic. They'll be the same as the other outdoor bars have. They just put heaters in and everything. So the bar's doing wonderful. It's great. And, shameless self-promotion. Come visit me during the day on Saturdays and Sunday and Monday nights. Great specials, great food, great beer. Unless you're one man who came in on Sunday night. This is a gentleman who's been coming in probably every Sunday night that I've been working there. He has a very specific request every single week, and it is...
Is it an omelet with mayonnaise and shrimp?
No, unfortunately it is not.
That's terrible.
I know, I had somebody do that.
Really. Oh, no. And it's not half of a roasted chicken or some dry toast, no Blues Brothers shit like that, because that would be hilarious.
That would be.
Actually ordered that.
Yeah.
I've always wanted that in a kitchen. Someone just to be like, I need a half a roasted chicken and order a dry toast. Jake? Now,
we're getting the band back together, boys.
Oh, no, you gotta stop and think. All right, enough of me doing that, boys. So this guy comes in and he asks, he orders wings and every week, and he asks for them not to be cooked too hard because he has trouble eating them with his teeth or whatever. So he wants them softer, right? So you're all cooks. We've all cooked in kitchens. You know that most chicken wings are lightly breaded around here. Correct. Lightly breaded.
I mean, I'm going to say for most places these days.
Yeah, that's what you're
getting. Because costs on wings are insane.
And it adds weight and bulk to them and all of that.
Yeah.
Now, most people cook wings in hot oil.
Correct.
Now, when you put something that's breaded into hot oil, it's going to crisp up. And to get it actually cooked all the way to the middle,
I have to
even if it's pre-cooked, it's got to be cooked all the way. And for us, and I don't know about in your experience, when they start bobbing, that means it's been cooked through to the middle.
Yeah,
and
I mean, for the most part.
When it floats, it's good. It's good, yeah.
Especially with chicken, that's the safe bet. So this gentleman, I've learned that when he comes in, when 2 or 3 of them are bobbing, I pull them. Because that means that most of them are cooked. They're probably all about to be bobbing.
Just let them sit there for a few minutes after?
I just let them sit there, and then I throw them in the basket, sauce them up, and then bring them out to him. And he gets like a garlic parmesan sauce on it, so it's not like a heavy sauce.
So, well, not only that, but is it butter or oil that you use?
It's for cooking them or for the sauce?
The sauce.
It's butter.
Okay, so that's going like sauce and that shit. No matter how crispy you make some of that stuff, if it sits in sauce for a few minutes, it's going to sog.
It's going to sog up.
Yeah.
So this guy wants them soft and everything. Now he comes in the other day, kind of already in a bad mood. He walks in, he sits down at the bar, and he hands me a beer chip with a thing that people you can get like for like a future beer or something like that. Someone buys you a beer. And I give him his Coors Light. He takes the beer and goes, I want to order wings. You got the special going still. I look at my phone, and we run on bar time. And I was like, technically, it's over by like 2 minutes. But you're here every week. Like, I'll just let it slide.
15 minutes ahead?
Yeah, 10 minutes, 15 minutes on the clock. I think it's 10 minutes on the clock. So it was 9:52, so it was 10:02. So I was like, it's technically after, but I'll let it slide. And he was like, all right, can I get 2 orders? And I was like, what do you mean 2 orders? He was like, 2 dozen wings. I was like, so 24 wings. He's like, yeah, 12 and 12. I went, okay, so 2 separate orders, 12 and 12. He's like, no, all together. And I'm like, all right.
Right.
What do you want? He goes, I want the garlic parm. And I was like, okay. And he goes, and whatever I don't take, or whatever I don't eat, I'll just take with me. I was like, well, I'd have to charge you full price for that.
Right.
You can only, order what you're going to eat here. It's a food special. That's very standard. Also, he's been coming in here since before I've worked there.
Right.
So you think he would be aware of that and understand that. So he decides to just go with a dozen and says, well, she's not going to be happy about it in reference to his wife. And I was like,
she could have come down.
I was like, just don't tell her that you came here. And he's like, oh, she's going to know. And I was like, haha, all right. And I went back, dropped the wings, came out. He's sitting there. Within 10 minutes of him ordering his wings, I drop the wings. The wings are cooked till I think 3 of them are bobbing. I pull them out, throw them in the basket. I sauce them. I put the blue cheese and the celery because I had asked him blue cheese and celery, and he was like, yeah, sure. I bring him out. I put him down, help a couple other people out, walk back over to him, and he hands me the blue cheese and goes, what's this? And I was like, that's blue cheese. And he goes, no, ranch. And I was like, oh, I said, do you want blue cheese celery? And you said, yeah. And he goes, no, I wanted ranch. And I went, okay. He's like, yeah, just didn't hear you. I went, okay, whatever, man.
Yeah, all right, we'll fix that for you.
Sorry, brother. So I think somebody looked at the actual timestamp because this became a thing, and they were showing the video on Facebook. It was 23 seconds from the time that he told me about the blue cheese that I left, got him ranch, and brought him his ranch dressing back.
Okay.
Then I hung out at the bar for another minute or so, popped back into the kitchen for 2 minutes maximum to wipe some shit down because it's kind of like it's 10 o'clock. It's a Sunday.
Starting to clean things up.
Yeah, I can start clearing things up. Most of the kitchen's closed at midnight. So start doing that. We have an alarm, the little beep that goes off if the front door opens, and we've got cameras so we can see what's going on.
Right.
So I hear the beep, I look up, and I see the door shut, and I'm like, oh, so somebody just left, and I, have tabs for everybody. So I'm like, okay, who just left? Like, what's going on? Maybe they're smoking a cigarette. I walk out. I see his empty beer cup, or his empty pint glass with the coaster on top of it, and he has pushed the wings to the front of the bar. He didn't eat any of them. And I look at them, and I look at the couple that was sitting next to him are having a great time, winning a bunch of money on the gambling machine and winning a bunch of money on the skill machine. And winning a bunch of dumb toys out of the new claw machine that they just put in. Everybody's winning all these little shitty toys, and it's great. And I was like, what happened? Like, what? And they're like, oh, he just stormed out. He said, this is why bartenders shouldn't be cooks. They're overcooked, and stormed out. And I was like, oh, what? And so I walk out front. The outside bartender, Megan, she's there. And I'm like, what happened? She goes, I don't know. He just stormed right out. And I'm like, what the hell? And she's like, what? And I told her, kind of recapped what happened. She was like, oh, I don't know. But text, V, the owner, and let her know what's going on. So I'm like, all right. So I walk over back to the bar to the wings. And the guy was like, yeah, he said they were overdone. And this is ridiculous and blah, blah, blah. First, he doesn't give me my ranch. and then this. And I was like, okay. And then knowing I'm on camera, right in front of the camera, I take one of the chicken wings out and I squeeze it in my fingers and just juice, and it just is like soft in my hand. There's no crispness to it at all. And I look at the couple and I'm sitting there like, knowing this is a little gross and totally against health code, and going, does this look too crispy to you? And they're like, no, I don't know. And the guy's like, I'll eat them though. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. So I text the owner. I tell her what's going on.
Right.
And she's like, so did he pay for them? I went, no. And she's like, all right. And V is somebody you don't want to cross.
Right.
If you like fuck with her in any way.
She's almost on the same level as Fox.
Yeah, yeah. You don't piss her off.
Don't piss her off.
Yeah,
she knows her
you're on
shit.
her good side.
You're on her good side.
Great.
She's great.
Yeah,
She's wonderful. And if as long as you're not on her bad side, you don't even have to be on any side. As long as you're not being a cocksucker.
Right. Just
she's
be a
going
decent
to be nice.
fucking person. Come into her business and be a decent person.
You know, show respect. You've been coming in. This guy's been coming in every single day for God knows how long. And he just like storms out like
God
that.
damn it.
So,
God damn it.
What's the cat doing?
She's fucking with the levels.
She's fucking. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear me now. All right. So either way, this winds up becoming this huge thing on social media because this guy and his kid start posting about how god-awful the Cinder is, and how his son went there and the same thing happened to him with the blue cheese. They gave him blue cheese, and he could have died because he's allergic to blue cheese, right?
Right.
So I start looking in, and this is the whole thing I'm getting to. It became this whole social media like bullshit, people going back and forth.
Posting
there
this?
are 200. Well, V, after the guy kind of was a dick about things, V just want to let you know, any other like business owners in the area type of deal, this guy is like a scumbag, and he's just, because we've had issues with him in the past. So like, this guy's kind of a scumbag. Like, don't fall for it. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
You know, he basically walked out without paying. And then like 200 comments. McGinnis is going fucking nuts on it, having a field day.
Figure.
Oh yeah, he's having a great time with it. So that's going all nutso and everything. But the thing that I started thinking about, the thing that I got my brain, what got hung up on, was his son, who wasn't there that night, was saying that he could have died from blue cheese. And I'm not saying that you can't be allergic to something, right? But
well, yeah, I mean, if you're allergic to penicillin or any of that,
and that's mold. What I thought. So I started researching it.
Okay.
Now,
well, it's a different type of mold.
It's the same base. It's the same base mold.
But the way it cultures,
it's cultured differently. So it basically, through the culturing, it removes the enzyme or whatever it is.
Well, because you got to figure it's mixing with that dairy.
Yeah, yeah. But it's removing the allergenic side to the mold.
Well, that's why they tell you if you're on any sort of antibiotic, you don't really drink milk.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that could potentially, it's like you don't drink beer, you don't drink milk, you don't do any of that shit. You know what I mean?
Now, I looked into it, and quite literally, with the exception of like a few minor ingredients that are in almost everything,
right?
The only difference between ranch dressing and blue cheese
is the blue cheese
mold. So if you're allergic to penicillin
and spices,
but things that are in almost every other thing, like salts and peppers and oils, things that you would have to like,
or buttermilk, but realistically,
but
like
even still, like buttermilk is in the ranch, whatever. I mean, whatever the base is going to be for your blue cheese, it's mayo based, like every other ingredient. Yep. So I was having a field day, just laughing at the thought that this person's like, I'm allergic to blue cheese and I could have died, but I'll take my ranch dressing. And when I Googled blue cheese dressing, literally the first thing said similar things, ranch dressing.
Oh yeah, well,
they're almost identical,
but
except
also
for the blue
I think it gets
cheese.
Lumped in that way because of the whole wing epidemic that's going through. And yes, it's an epidemic. It is an epidemic, dude. It is.
How many chickens are we killing every year?
Well, think about this, man.
5 chickens with 1,000 wings on each of them?
No, but when the Super Bowl comes, Purdue ends up buying a lot of chicken from other farms
because they University,
because they cannot fucking keep up with they can't keep up with the production of it, so they have to buy out other farms. And not only that, but they're taking because wings have become so popular with sports events, especially Super Bowl and shit. they have to kill more chickens. They have to just take them for their wings. So all of that other meat is getting frozen in a bunch. It's a crazy fucking concept, man.
It is. You're right. It's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a delicious epidemic.
I'm not a fan of wings. I like boneless,
like wings?
dude.
Well, boneless is great, but you don't like regular wings?
I don't. It's not that I don't like them. I will eat them. I just don't like the hassle of
the hassle, the work that goes into all of it. It's kind of like
for what you're getting and what you're paying.
Any shellfish that you have to like crack open, like lobster, crab, anything like that you've got to like crack into to get a half of an ounce. Have you
ever caught like live crab and seen how much meat you actually get out of crab, dude? No. You get nothing, man.
Minuscule. Well, that's why they got to grow them for you. They got to grow them big for you.
Yeah.
Let's eat the soft shells. Eat the whole.
Oh yeah, you can eat the whole fucking thing, except for the like the gills, not the gills. But
I do like when I was a kid and I was having to clean soft shells. Wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
But now that I don't have to cook them myself, somebody can just cook a soft shell for me, make me a fucking sandwich. I love that shit.
You like sushi, right?
Oh, I love sushi now.
Get a spider roll, dude.
It took me a long time to get into it.
Get a spider roll. It's a fucking soft shell crab, deep fried in a sushi roll. It's massive. It's like that fucking big.
Hell yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had that. I've had I've been trying sushi a lot more in the last like year or two or so. But it is, I used to hate it. I went to a wonderful buffet when I was out in LA when I was 18.
Yeah.
That was like a Chinese, American, and Japanese buffet. And my sister and my roommate John said that they would pay for the buffet experience if I would try some sushi.
Right.
And I tried like sashimi and regular sushi, and I just could not do it at that point. But luckily, my palate has grown, and I've learned to enjoy it. It's really fucking.
There's some really good sushi.
There's some really good sushi. I've been experimenting, and pretty much anywhere we've gone in the last like year and a half, I'm just like, all right, if they got a good sushi place, like let's try that out.
I mean, even East Gourmet.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Well, that's the thing. Now that I go, like if I go to a Chinese buffet and it's there, I know might be a little bit of a risk, you might think that, but it's not as bad as gas station.
Yeah,
it's not gas station sushi.
I've never had the Weiss sushi.
Yeah, never had that. I don't trust that.
Yeah.
I don't trust that.
Even when the hospital,
I'll eat a gas station egg salad sandwich before I do that.
Nah, it seems sketchy.
The hospital.
The hospital. When I worked for Pocono,
I don't think it's good sushi grade there.
Well, they have some guy that would come in with a cooler. And he's like, here's your sushi.
Don't confuse this with the cooler that the other guy walked into the hospital with. What is this? This is heart. It's a heart roll. What is it? It's just a heart.
It's just a heart for the guy upstairs.
Yep. The guy up there has got a tuna roll in his chest right now.
Somebody fucked up.
Well. Somebody really fucked up this shit. Great. How's that fillet treating you in there, sir?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna jump to our second break here now. Zach, the song.
I want to talk about what we're doing this season.
Oh my god.
Okay. The first season, if you were listening, we did a new intro every week, which was fun.
It was fun.
But after 20 some odd...
We did 20 actual intros.
We did.
After 20 intros...
Because Richard did the first one.
Of every week having to write a song as
actually,
the
19.
Intro.
We did 19.
Well, one became our exit song.
No. We reused.
We did reuse. One. So 19. You are correct.
Technically 19.
You are correct, sir.
Anyway. It got a little old having the only thing we could write a song about be
me not shutting up.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And everything was under 2 minutes. And me being me always wants to push the envelope farther and farther.
Fuck yeah.
Do more, and you know what I mean? Just try and really we're keeping the same writing process.
Definitely.
So we're we can write lyrics can come before. I wrote the lyrics today
and ideas and bases of songs.
Yeah, but the actual recording, mixing and mastering of the song has to be done
the 3 hours leading in.
3 hours leading in.
It's what we've been doing. The earliest we've really ever started is like 5 or 6 o'clock.
Right.
And why not keep it going that way? It's we all kind of thrive under that pressure. It's fun.
So we wanted to expand and write not just intro songs. We wanted to write complete songs. Right. So the intro that you heard today is
this new intro. It's our new intro. Hope you enjoy it.
Wink, wink. Listen to the solo every week. Maybe.
Wink, wink, wink.
We might do some things. So what we want to do is have just a new full-on Houseboat, Tommy Lee Jones, Houseboat House Band. Song. Every week in different styles
Tommy
and
Lee
different
Jones.
things. So this week it's fall. It's our first episode back. It's October. We're drinking pumpkin beer.
Oh, we are.
And the only, when it comes to fall, to me, there's a few big bands that stick out. Next week, we're going to do another song and another style of another big fall band I love.
Okay.
But
I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
I
don't. This one was Opeth. It's a death metal band.
Right. Well, they're an operatic.
But they have
an operatic metal band.
Yeah, they have acoustic sections. They have
many layers.
Death sounds. They have nice singing. It's an incredible band for the fall.
This was a challenge to start the first one. If I had more time to sit behind the kit and do different things, because when you got home, you're like, I got so much shit to do. Like, we have to get this done.
I had a big plan. I mean, we wrote a 6-minute song.
6-minute song.
This is the most ambitious song we've done in this time frame so far.
It was about two and a half hours.
Crazier with it.
We literally were wrapping this. It was bounced to your computer with 6 minutes to airtime.
Yeah. But I really wanted to just sort of set the bar high.
Hell yeah.
Me and Justin we don't play death metal. I listen to death metal, but we don't ever.
I mean, I wasn't really playing beats that were death metal.
Yeah, but it's in this style of what we were going for. I think it came out good. Yeah. And hopefully this is a start to every week. We're just gonna write a song about
whatever.
I mean,
the feeling of right now. Yeah, we're writing.
If you want to use inspirations from bands, that's cool. If you want to just write a song, write a song.
There's literally the only limits we're putting on ourselves is write it in that time frame and have it ready at 9 o'clock.
Right.
Yep.
Whatever we want to do. And this week you are really showing that is what you want to do.
We worked our asses off.
This is absurd. This is it's a fun track, but just the layers of everything that went into it and how quickly it was done for the first week was a little overambitious, and I fucking think that it was a success. But let's not us be the judges. Let's you be the judges. So do we have a name for it? Do you have a name?
It's named Otis.
Otis.
We're calling it Otis.
Otis is what it's called.
Alrighty. Well, we'll listen to Otis, and we'll be back in about 6 minutes and some odd seconds.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Listen to the wind, it's beckoning in your soul to change in time with the other side. There's a time for all to go. Harvest moon, the heart's alive. Push back on darkness, yet embrace the sky. Appeal the same hand, begging for the light. Appeal to the forces, plead for a soft night. The blade of the axe, reaping what was sown. On time we fall as we roll. To the mother, to the earth, to the ground, and to the dirt. We all return, we all will fall. Red, gold, and green we see, colors alive, death and dreams. Cool the sky and slow the day. To the bone with the soul in lay. Hell fucking yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another little pat on our backs. A little pat on our backs. That's fucking
that was
phenomenal.
good, dude.
I fucking enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It does. It does have a nice fall feel to it, you know?
You're right.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I just hope other people think it's cool and realize what
I mean, in the
what
amount
we're
of time,
doing
about
here.
3 hours.
In 3 hours.
Yeah.
Really right.
I mean, realistically, you probably started at 6:15.
Yeah.
And it got to me 5-6 minutes before
9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So appreciate what we're doing for you here, folks.
Yeah, and God, it was fun. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but I loved it.
At one point while you're drumming, he turns around and you just like, this is like a little bit of an undertaking. Like, this is a little, like, yeah. And we're just like, yeah. This is going to be great.
Well, at one point you're like recording the acoustic and you're like, and then the end part, and we just look at each other. We're like,
what's the end part?
We've never heard this before.
And you're like, I haven't written it yet. Oh God! Well, fuck yeah! So yeah, each week we're gonna be writing a different song, you know, different genre. Like we said, kind of going with either the season, the feel.
Yeah.
Next week though, is going to be a Halloween song.
Fuck yeah.
And it's going to be in the style of Typo Negative.
Oh, wonderful. Now, we did last week.
You know what? You can get that really low.
You can get the Peter Steele.
Oh, I can get that low, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, we did, last week, we released the lost episode of the original run of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. And the internet...
Actually, YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube crashed.
It crashed, like, right after we uploaded it. Casey was very mad. There's silence in me,
You can't silence me, man.
You can't silence me, man. Oh, I'm coming over there, man. I'll kiss you in your fucking face and I'll beat your dick
did
off.
YouTube crash because we released the lost episode?
Because we released the lost episode.
Well, there's two things. Canada legalized weed and YouTube crashed, and we released the lost episode and YouTube
I think it's probably us.
Probably.
I think so. Yeah. But in that episode, it was when we were comparing two different bands, the entire discographies in one episode, and we talked about Typo Negative and Green Day,
correct?
Which is a weird combination. They kind of match up in different points, but we discuss how they are such a great fall band. Yeah, they are. I mean, what is it? Autumn Rush. Rust. I keep going to say August Rush, but that's a movie with a little kid that is like an amazing musician or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a Robin Williams movie. It's weird. Okay. Yeah. I think Felicity's in it. I'm not really sure. But
it's very creepy and ambient. When it goes to silence, like it just has this feel to the album. Like when you're listening to them,
I've listened to it probably 12 times this fall already.
Hell yeah,
that one and Bloody Kisses. They're both just
fuck yeah.
One of my I am very remiss that I wasn't able to be on that episode.
Yeah, it sucks.
Because I fucking love Typo.
Yeah, and Green Day to a degree, so that.
And I used to really love Green Day too.
Well, that's why with that episode, I was like, Richard was going to be a good mediator there because he knew both of them like really, really well. Sure. And I was like, that's a fun approach. So that's available if you guys want to check it out. It's not going to be on iTunes. It's just going to be available on YouTube exclusively.
Yeah.
So check that out.
For that one.
We did, but they're going to. Now we did make a joke. I think right off the bat in that episode that we or at some point that we should cover the Cher "Do You Believe in Life After Love" as Typo Negative. So it's like, do you believe in life after love, after love, after love, after love? Because as I said, I think they both have about the same sized penis.
Probably.
Yeah.
Peter Steele,
huge dick.
There's a lot of
huge dick.
Oh man!
Isn't there one of the
this
album
episode
covers?
Could become another. His butthole is on the album cover.
But there's also
and his butthole's on the Pantera album.
It is.
Damn.
Well, the original. It's not. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of not covered.
His original butthole. What happened to it?
I don't know. No, there is a.
His asshole is on
actually,
two covers.
if you go on to Spotify, I think that they put a compilation together where it's like the front of him, and you just see a portion of it.
Okay.
I mean, he was in Playgirl.
Well, that's what we talked about in the episode. He's in Playgirl.
I met two women that fucked him, too.
The same edition of Playgirl that he's in is Billy Joe Armstrong.
How about
Which we realized while we were doing that episode. Kevbo points it out. And he said he remembers Kurt Loder being like, Kurt Loder, like, here was Kurt Loder with the MTV News. Peter Steele lives up to his name. Billy Joe Armstrong does not. Like, that was like the joke of it. So definitely check out that episode. Yeah. Now, what I wanted to do here at the end of the show is in the season 1 finale, part 1 of Battle Royale with Cheese. We made some predictions of what was going to happen between season 1 and season 2.
I don't remember what I said in any of them.
I know. Zach has never listened to the show ever. He doesn't remember anything that he's ever said. So this will be the first time.
I keep saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. You always repeat things. Now, what we did is I gave 3.
They keep telling me I keep saying the same thing over and over again.
I don't know. But what we did is we took these 3 things that I wanted to get predictions on. The first one was celebrity deaths. Who was going to die?
What did I say?
Who was going to die? You said Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't know why I said that.
Because it would have been a shock. Because Mac Miller had just died, so who knows what's going to happen, you know?
Right.
I said Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And Zach, do you remember who you said?
No.
Stellan Skarsgård. And then I said he looks sickly.
Yeah.
Who died?
Betty White's still alive. I said that she would be at the top of the list for everything. Now, I would say
that woman is holding on.
There were a few big deaths. The first one, Dennis Hoff died. You might not know him.
I didn't even know that.
But he was the owner of the Bunny Ranch in Las Vegas.
Oh.
So he's that bald guy who looks he looks exactly like Shoe Nice. Just looks like fucking Shoe Nice. Literally, like, I'm pretty sure it's just Shoe Nice.
It might be Shoe Nice. How old was he when he died?
I didn't look that far down.
Nice,
but he died October 16th. Then Paul Allen, the co-founder of Microsoft, passed away.
Oh, yeah,
I did see that.
A couple of an actress that was Celeste Yarnell, who was in the Star Trek the 60s era Star Trek series. She died.
Yeah.
But the big one is Scott Wilson.
Yeah,
Scott Wilson. Herschel from The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Not a show I watch a lot of, but he's a character actor.
He died.
He died
right
on
after
October
Comic-Con.
6th, right after Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we were all wrong there, and unfortunately, Mr. Scott Wilson is no longer with us.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that none of us said his name, so we don't have to have guilt about it.
He did help carry some of that show, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, from what I watched, I didn't get really, really into it, but
It's hard.
He's
it
such
gets
a
boring
good
after a
character
while.
actor.
I'm sorry if anybody that loves it, but that show gets fucking boring.
Oh, it's really boring. I was out after season 2. I didn't really. I was like, I can see this just dragging.
Yeah.
I only watched season 3.
Season 3? I watched
What was the
season
one with the
1,
governor?
season 2.
and
With
4.
the jail,
3 and 4,
all
yeah.
that shit.
Well,
Yeah.
the jail and then
The jail started
whatever
in
one
3.
we were watching
Okay.
at
3,
Rocco's.
Yeah.
When Shane
I
came
read the
when Shane was
comics
up with
up until season 3 started.
Okay.
Then season 3 started, which had nothing to do with the comics at that point.
All right.
Yeah.
Watched that aggressively, and then never watched another
I really
episode.
thought it would have been great if it had just been a 6-episode miniseries.
Yeah.
And then come back like 5 years later, do another 6 episodes, like see what's going on. The whole it's like Lost after a while. It's like, come on, these people, like most of these people got to be dead. Like all the shit that's happening.
They
gotta be
fucked
dead.
themselves.
Yeah.
They made a character that everybody loved.
Yeah.
And in a fucking show where anybody can die at any moment. And for fans to be like, if you fucking kill this person, we're not.
Well, they had that whole thing
anymore.
with that Glenn character. Everyone freaked the fuck out when they thought he died, and he's like the third or fourth most important.
He ended up dying,
person.
yeah.
I did see that part of that shit.
Spoiler. Sorry.
Spoiler. Glenn gets his face beaten in with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
That shit is. We watched that at the. I was working at the
did see
bar.
that.
At the
Yeah,
time.
because Cameo and Ulo were all about that shit.
Yeah, it was the Sunday night watch.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I think I might have actually been there for one of those.
But realistically, that show went downhill. I was excited for it, and then as I started watching,
thought
it's like
season 1 was
a
phenomenal.
lot of the shows, like Breaking Bad. I know a lot of people love Breaking Bad, but I
love that
watched
to
it
the
for a
end, yeah.
while, and I'm like, I can't watch.
There is
this
a lull. Season
anymore.
3, season 4.
I
think
can't
it's a
get
little
past
bit of
the
a lull.
intro.
Really?
I watched the intro twice, and both times stopped after the
Maybe you should,
open, and it was just like, nah, I don't need to watch this.
Maybe you should try watching Maybe you should try watching the Spanish version. There's a Spanish language version. Maybe that'd be more interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
It's the same actor.
It's shot for shot recreation in Spanish.
I might like that.
You might like that. I think it'd be a good
would
way to
like
get
that.
you into it.
And work on my Spanish.
Remind me at the end of this. I have a task for all of us. For the
Okay.
next show.
All right, a task for us. Do we do this on air, or is this an off-air thing?
Off-air thing,
I'll
but I want
remind
to
you
talk
off-air.
about it. No. We can talk about it on air.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, I was like, I don't know what it is. All right, now the next thing we did predictions on. Who was going to get Me Too'd? Who was going to get Me Too'd
And
in
what
the
did
next
I
month?
say something?
Justin, you did not give an answer to this one. You didn't. Zach and I gave a couple of answers. Zach said Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh God, did I?
Yep.
Sorry, Tommy.
He didn't. He
didn't.
didn't. I
Keeping
said
his outpost still going strong.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, which is very.
I thought, he's riding high. He deserves to get knocked down a peg or two.
I feel like he's too much of a beloved person.
Yeah, I think no matter what
people
happens,
would be
he'd
like, "You're fucking lying,"
and he'd be all right.
All right.
I also said Steve Buscemi again.
Right. Which is,
I thought he was going to get Me Too'd and then die, and then everybody would forgive him for it.
Or that would be the worst. That would be the worst possible thing to one of my favorite actors ever.
Yeah, right at the end of it.
And it's just like, what if?
No way to defend. Just
you know what? Actually, somebody came up to me at the camp last week and was like, "Damn, man, I thought you would have." Actually, it was Bob. He's like, Damn, I thought you would have Anthony Bourdain yourself by now. And I was just holy shit, dude.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Oh, my God.
Now, Zach also said Adam Sandler.
Yeah. I mean, they basically roll together.
They roll together. And then Zach, the first one that Zach said was Kyle Mocha. I didn't get Me Too'd. You said you were going to make it your mission to Me Too me. It didn't happen. You failed.
Well, it just so happens.
That behind door number 2. No, how did you find her?
Wait, behind my number 2 door.
I was fucking a pile of shit, and it didn't like it.
You didn't get the consent.
Now, the real person that got Me Too. There really weren't that many. It's kind of slowed down.
Well, I wonder why.
It's not in America, actually. It's in India. A member of the Indian cabinet, MJ Akbar, died.
Is he related
he died or he got Me Too?
I don't know.
Wait, he died?
No, he didn't die. He got Me Too'd. I don't know, but I really want to know if at any point he thought it was a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. All right, so that happened. Now, the next thing I said, I wanted to see what we would think. The craziest thing that Trump would say or do. Yeah. Craziest thing that Trump would say or do, something that would happen. Zach, you said it wouldn't be him, it would be his son, Don Jr., would insult the Chinese.
Yeah, which is not far off.
Not far off.
It's
a good guess. Yeah. It's a good guess. Justin, you said something about his finances might come to light. You know, maybe his tax return, something like that. Nothing like that happened. I was pulling for him to drop an F-bomb on TV so he could normalize cursing on television.
I think he's computer programmed at some point.
You think he is?
It's just like,
somebody's
that's not going to trigger.
And that's why, like, there's just a bad shift once in a while. Some guy that takes over from, like, you know,
bad
for
day
lunch.
At the factory.
Yeah. Now,
it's the craziest thing that happened, though, with him and Kanye. And
the him and Kanye thing is definitely the craziest thing that happened.
Him, Kanye, and Kid Rock all in the same place.
That all has to be the craziest thing that happened. I was going to make the point that it's really hard to say what the craziest thing is because once it happens, the next day it's normal.
Yeah,
and then a week later, it's very normal. So the whole grab him by the pussy thing was a shock when it happened, but a month later, it's just a joke, and then everyone can say pussy grabbing, and it doesn't matter because it's normalized. So what I was going to say yesterday or the day before, he switched his nickname for Ted Cruz from Lion Ted to Beautiful Ted.
Okay.
Yes, I saw that.
Beautiful Ted.
Yeah, they made up
in the most mafioso way, most mafia boss thing
Ted.
ever. This is Beautiful Ted now.
Ted.
He'd make a fall for me. I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot him, and he'd be okay with this. Beautiful Ted. He literally, say what you will about the guy, like him or don't like him, I don't care. Ted Cruz has 0 testicles. That guy got shit on by Trump left and right through the entire election. Through the election, after he was no longer even running against him, when he was on his side, he was getting shit on. He said his dad killed JFK. They started rumors that he was the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
He made fun of how ugly his wife was, like in a debate. Like it literally, he shit down that guy's throat for months, and now that guy is just cowering and like suckling at the teat, and now he's got so little of a ball sack there that he is now Beautiful Ted. He just lay and just
beautiful eunuch Ted.
Oh, he is a eunuch. That's that's the only male Trump really likes is a eunuch. You know, there's no threat there. There's no threat there. Now,
unless before he lost his balls, he had him sperm cryogenically.
Now, not frozen. Something that Trump did, but one of the crazier things that came out about Trump in the last month. Stormy Daniels released her book where she describes his dick as a toadstool.
As Toad.
From Mario.
From Mario Kart.
From Mario Kart.
Wait a second. So it talked to her?
Yes, it talked to her.
And gave her stars.
It gave her some stars. Yep.
That's and power-ups?
Yeah, that's how she got more famous, you know? That's what she did. But she described it that way. And one funny thing is Colbert brought out a bunch of wooden carvings of different toadstools and asked her to point to the one that best represented. Yeah. And obviously, whether it's true or not, she pointed to the smallest one with the largest head.
Yeah.
Which I just really kind of answers a question we asked last season. What do you think the president's dick looks like?
Yeah, because the rumor was a
I thought it was going to be an orange Cheeto with a comb over. You know, like that's what I thought his dick was going to look like. But apparently we were off on that one.
Well,
so what do you think? Do you think that? Do you think by the time this season's done, any of our... Did you just peek it out with that sneeze?
No, he just shook the house.
I broke the board.
I gotta get a fucking pot cleaner.
Oh, right. Yeah, pot cleaner needs to happen. Do you think any of your celebrity death predictions, Leonardo DiCaprio, Steve Buscemi, Stellan Skarsgård, will be dead by the time the season is over?
I mean, there's a good possibility Buscemi could.
Buscemi?
You know, I mean, he's an older dude.
All right. Now, do you think any of the people that we said might get Me Too'd will get Me Too'd? Tommy Lee Jones, McConaughey, Buscemi again, Sandler,
Me Too.
or myself.
I mean,
do you think that there's going to be any more big ones?
I'll be honest. I think it's gonna fade out.
I think it's fading.
Yeah,
I literally had a scour trying to find
once the Bourdain's girlfriend whole thing went down.
Oh yeah,
that kind of completely like fucking We're like, oh, needle scratch on a record. Like, we're fucked.
Dab the whole thing. Oh lordy. Okay, well, this has been.
By the
what? You talk.
Let me bring up. I have a task.
I'm drinking this fourth beer. I'm the only one on the.
You're on the fourth beer already. I was gonna say I don't know if you're gonna be able to get.
Can you not hear it in my speech pattern?
Yes, I can. Well, let's real quick. I am drinking the Maple Mistress. Yes. I am drinking the Maple Mistress.
I think that's your favorite. I think that was gonna be your favorite.
The best one. I don't know. I'm not gonna make it through this one to the devious. Imperial
devious Imperial.
Oh yeah.
Well, why don't you just take a sip of the devious?
All right, because then I'll give my official rankings. That's what I was going to say. Let's give our ranking of the beers. I didn't think I was going to make it to this one. So the
honestly,
devious.
I'll say my favorite out of this bunch is the Lancaster. It's a very easy drinking beer.
Ugh. Oh, that's intense.
Yeah, it's the Lancaster is a very easy beer to drink. It's cheap.
And Lancaster wasn't bad.
It's 7%. 7%. Tastes like baked apple pie, or baked pumpkin pie. Sorry,
I'll say they were really fucked up on that one.
But what about you?
I mean, obviously the Maple Mistress is the one I like the best, just because it isn't pumpkin flavored. But I would go with the Dogfish. Even for the price point, I would say
like beer with some spice.
It just tastes with beer with some spice, and that's what I like. I don't hate the Lancaster. I will just gladly not touch another one of those.
The I figured you were not going the Imperial Pumpkin.
I'm gonna be so the opposite of you right now, Kyle. Yeah.
Is that the best one?
The Faiglies is my favorite.
Faiglies?
It has
love
the
most of their stuff.
flavor.
It is.
It does. No, it does. As for pumpkin beer, I tried finding Weyerbacher. Nobody had it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Weyerbacher Imperial Pumpkin is probably the best pumpkin beer, in my opinion, on the market.
Okay. Yeah.
But this Faiglies has such a fucking pumpkin.
You're right. It is syrupy and it's very, very pumpkin flavored, which is what is holding me back from like.
The only problem is, it's like my favorite beer of all time, Francis Connor.
Oh yeah, because that shit tastes like bubblegum, dude.
After a couple Connors,
to me,
I got the worst heartburn ever.
Any Hefeweizen tastes like
gonna
bubblegum.
give me heartburn.
Yeah,
but the taste of this one
worth it.
The other three pale in comparison to how much I fucking like this.
So for me, it's definitely the Lancaster.
Okay.
Then the Faigley, Maple Mistress, and then the Dogfish Head. Because the Dogfish Head is
it's a beer. It's a beer
with spices.
Yes.
It'd be no different if we bought any of the other ones that were like Oktoberfest flavored.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. The Lancaster's my number 2.
Number 2.
Dogfish is 3 because it's still a pumpkin spice.
And I mean, Maple Mistress is not a pumpkin.
And the Maple Mistress
is a lying beer.
Honestly,
they're lying about it.
It's different, but
I like it. I do like the. It's an easy beer to drink.
I don't know if I'm having another one. Honestly,
what I would love to do is I would love to have this for breakfast. Some pancakes.
Yeah,
that might be good. Yeah,
because in the way of like the KBS, the Kentucky Bourbon Stout, but it's not as in your face with the alcohol
eggs
flavor.
And kegs instead of that. Yeah, Maple Mistress and pancakes, man. Like
I'd be down with that.
Yeah,
dude,
use it to cook and reduce it down.
Reduce it to and use that for syrup. That would be fucking amazing,
though, dude. I'm fucking loving it.
You're loving it.
I love it. I think it's great.
All right, so here is my task.
Yes, task.
You just got Netflix, so it's perfect.
I just got it. Just got back on
all
the board.
3 of us should watch Elementary.
Okay.
The trailer that we watched, where it's basically the Devil's Blacksmith.
Okay.
It's going to be hard. It looks like at times it's going to drag on because it was a long
movie. Right?
It's a movie. It's dubbed, right? It's dubbed.
It's Japanese? Or?
No, I don't. I think it's German or something.
Yeah.
But basically, it's about
European.
a blacksmith who lives with the devil.
Ooh,
and a girl gets kidnapped. I figure we should at least watch. I figure we're all still going to see Halloween at some point.
Yes, we're gonna go see Halloween at some point. Yeah.
Still want to see Venom, but as far as like, I think we should watch some sort of obscure
Horror movie.
not necessarily horror. It may drag on at times, but just get through it.
Yeah.
Fucking, let's watch it
Hell yeah.
and then talk about
I'm
it.
down with that. Elementary, right?
Yeah, especially that scene where they actually showed the devil.
Yeah. It
It
looked
was just like what the fuck?
it was on level.
I've not even
with
heard of this, but
the
I'm
imagery
interested.
is like the most like European, like
yeah, it's like
real old, like medieval
Yep.
Renaissance devil. It looks like
That
Dave
sounds
Grohl
good.
in the Tenacious D devil
yeah,
costume,
Hell yeah.
like full
like
on,
full
like
metal devil.
yeah.
It's
It
gonna
looks
be
fucking
it's gonna be
crazy.
intense.
But the trailer is insanely long, so I'm assuming it's probably about 3 hours. I didn't look at.
It might, yeah,
It's a
it's an
movie?
epic.
It's a
Yeah, it's a
movie,
movie.
yeah.
It's a
Okay.
movie. All right, so we'll watch that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll try to get that done for this week. Now, next week is going to be a really fucking awesome show. For this season, we have a lot of featured bands, featured artists that are going to be we're going to be using during the first break, and
Right.
then during the second break, we'll be playing the songs that we write.
Correct.
Next week, we have a wonderful New York hardcore punk project that is called Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups
Hell
that
yeah.
are going to be the featured. They are very haunting, very fitting for Halloween.
yeah, dude.
And we are going to be joined by
Chesty Malone's and the what?
Chesty Malone's and the Slice 'em Ups.
Slice 'em Ups.
Chesty
Okay.
Malone and the
I mean,
Slice 'em Ups.
just by the name alone, I'm
yeah.
interested.
It's
Great
a-
name.
Like
It
a
is.
the chick that's the front lady for the band is just like this really like full presenced voice, and it's intense and very powerful. And we'll have more information on everything on their music next week, and we'll be playing a song for that. And then we'll also be having the guys from Abomination Brewing coming in,
Right.
and we're going to be trying some of their beer
Fuck
that
yeah,
they
dude.
just
And
got canned.
Will also did the artwork for them.
And Will did. Oh shit, he
Yeah.
did. So a wonderful crossover there.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
again,
we're having a brewery coming?
we're having a brewery coming next
the
week.
house,
To the
Bo?
house.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Houseboat.
man.
We're
Tommy Lee
moving on up.
Jones.
No, we're floating on down
We're
to them.
floating on down the river. Floating down that river Styx. That's what we be doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's going to be an awesome show.
That
So
sounds great.
definitely tune in next week
And then
for
we got
that.
Keith
And
coming
then
up
in
after.
2 weeks, we'll have my brother Keith is going
Yeah.
to be home. We've got our brother Craig's wedding coming up, so he's
Right.
coming home for that.
Which I unfortunately cannot make.
Can't make, but Zach's going to
But I
come
will drink enough
for
for the
both
both of
of
us.
you.
Don't doubt that,
And
my
Pat
friend.
and Fasano and everybody. He'll
Yeah.
drink enough for everybody.
No. Let's get one thing straight. Zach can't drink enough for all of us and Pat.
No, that's true. Just drink enough for Pat.
That's a tall order.
That's a tall order, dude.
So yeah, we're gonna go do that for a weekend, and then when we come back, that'll be the 6th of November.
Right.
Keith will be here, and we're gonna be featuring music from our old band that
Hell
week.
yeah.
Our old band, Poor Ghost,
Ghost, yeah.
and again writing a different song. He's been really working on his flat picking, so maybe we'll look in the
Do some country.
like,
bluegrass.
country
Yeah,
bluegrass.
let's fucking do it,
Yeah.
dude.
It's gonna be getting colder too, so it's gonna be November. We
need
can start
some-
looking into
we
that
want
more like
something
somber, sad.
somber but uplifting before the full-on depression
Yeah,
hits.
before the full-on depression hits. Maybe that'll be the song before the full-on depression
All right.
hits.
Before
it'll
the full-on
It'll
depression.
just be about like think of your favorite things. It'll be like just like a not a Mary Poppins song, but a Sound of Music song. It'll be
All
like
right.
that. It'll be an uplifting, folksy. It'll be nothing like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
It'll be terrible. I'm no Julie Andrews. I'm barely a Christopher Plummer.
Hey.
Real deep references with my knowledge of 60s musicals there.
Yeah.
They're really popular, though, so it's not that impressive.
I do want to say in 18 minutes, good luck to anybody who has
Yes.
bought a Mega
Oh, yeah.
Millions.
Good luck to everybody on the Mega Millions.
And while we're on the
Billionaires
subject,
could be
while
made
you're on the
tonight.
subject, I have,
Yes.
because I went into the pawn shop and I was talking to Mikey when I first bought my tickets for the last drawing.
Okay.
You have them for tomorrow?
Yeah, I have 7.
Okay.
I
For
bought
tonight.
7 for tonight.
Tonight, right?
Yeah.
Tonight.
So I asked him, I was like, would you take the annual or do you take the lump sum? Now, if you take the lump sum,
Yeah.
you lose. It's like,
$1 billion at this point?
well, no, you like the. All right, so when it was 1.2, you would, if you took the cash annuity or cash money,
Yeah.
if you took the cash,
That
it
was
would have
their
been
cash money, yeah.
565 million.
Okay, so you're losing.
If you took the
6-4.
annuity,
Yeah.
you would have gotten $1 billion. Your tax bracket would only jump 1 or 2 spots.
Okay.
And you would have gotten $33 million a year.
Damn.
Now, I would take the annuity.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Smart way. You could blow through $33 million.
Exactly. In 1 year, I could be like, I'm fucking spending $33 million this year. And then next year, I got another $33 million.
Now, is that literally just every year you get one check for $33 million?
I don't know how
do they break it out into like weekly payments?
Either way, regardless of how they do it.
If it's broken up like that, where you're not going to get all of it at once and they're going to slowly dish it out over your lifetime.
Even if it was $33 million in 12 months, that's a fuckload of money. I would see how much I could. I would literally Brewster's Millions this shit and see if I could blow through my entire thing in 1 month. That's a great fucking movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Oh my god,
it's a phenomenal movie.
He gets so frustrated.
Very underrated. He runs for mayor. It's the whole "don't vote for me"
betting on bets that he knew he would lose, and they
buying
fucking win.
$1.2 million stamp that is a collectible item, and they're like, he doesn't know how this thing works, and then they get a mail or something in the mail with that $1.2 million stamp being used.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a brilliant. John Candy, Eugene Levy. It's a great
dude, it's a
cast.
fucking
Richard Pryor at his
so
best
good.
there.
Yeah.
We should remake that movie.
All right.
We should do it.
When we hit the billion, we'll do it.
That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna make a real life movie.
Mikey's point was he would take the money because he has so many projects and actors and things that he would want to do. And while I understand that, it's still going to take some time to put that shit together.
Yeah.
To get that ball rolling. Yeah. So even if it takes you 2 years to get that rolling, that's $66 million that
and
you have to start.
You can prove that I will have money coming in for forever.
So you can get lending.
Oh, dude,
you can get money
set for forever on that.
Yeah, so
you're already set for forever.
Why take a tax bracket, like a crazy tax bracket jump, and let the fucking government take more money?
I don't know.
Well, you would take the annuity?
I would take the annuity.
At that amount, I don't trust myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust myself. I always said I would give basically the only person I would trust to look over that would be my dad, and I would just be like, "Here you go, Dad. Here's all of the money. Give me an allowance."
There's one thing that I didn't realize.
Destroy this.
There's one thing I didn't realize that if you let's say you won a bunch of money and you were like, "Hey, Mom, Hey, Mom, Dad, I'm going to give you $1 million.
They have to pay taxes on the gift.
Exactly. But if you're like, I'm going to buy you this $1 million house, you don't pay the tax.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it. You live here. It's my house.
Realistically, I would still give my parents money. To pay
my God,
house. I would, my family.
I would just keep paying the taxes on it too until it was just like no taxes left. I would just keep paying it.
Yeah.
Just keep paying it. Nothing out of your pocket. Here's another gift to pay those taxes. Here's a gift to pay the taxes on that gift.
Or you just pay the taxes yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. They don't have to know.
Account that, it's all covered.
I think we get. So next week, we might be back. If we're not back, it's because one of us won.
No,
my plan.
Well, we'll be back. It'll be way better.
If I won that money, dude, I would buy a giant piece of property, build a nice studio.
Huge studio.
Get all the equipment that we could do to do actual.
I would be doing shows every day and literally never shutting up.
Yeah.
I would be going insane and people would be coming with me.
It would be a crazy wild time, that's for shit sure.
It'd be hard not to overdose on drugs in the first place.
There's actually a very funny video
about people overdosing on drugs.
No, and it was this news reporter trying to get people to figure out what they were going to do with the money.
Okay.
So it was this cat. Will you fucking stop?
Wait, was this the one where the guy was like hookers and cocaine?
Yeah. Because she was being an asshole. She basically, I forget what the question she asked before, but it was like some random thing like, why would you do that kind of thing? Or would you, could you fathom that amount of money?
Yeah.
And then because she was being a bitch, he just turned around and he's like, a lot of hookers and cocaine.
A lot of hookers and cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly,
who knows?
If I don't OD, I'm probably
the owner of that bunny ranch died, so it might be for sale right now.
It might be, dude.
You can just buy the bunny ranch.
Yeah.
Be set for life.
I didn't win the lottery, nobody hit me up.
Nobody hit me up, yeah.
But who knows? I mean, by the time that you hear this on iTunes, maybe one of us
might be dead.
One of us might be dead. One of us.
I did too. I won $4 on the last one as well.
I did not.
You didn't win anything? All right, so luck's going in our favor. Yeah. No, luck's going in our favor.
It's my turn now.
No. You got to build up to $4 before you get to the fucking $33 million a year.
Fuck you.
Hey, don't worry. I'll give you the $4. I'll give you the $4. Don't worry. I'll give you $4 a day for the rest of your life if I win the $33 million a year. Yeah. You can count on that.
Thank you. $4 for life.
$4 for life. Every day, forever.
At least I know I can get half a pack of cigarettes.
Half a pack of cigarettes for forever, for the rest of your life. You can probably buy a full pack of really stale old Camels or Winstons, though.
Yeah, I mean, Weiss sells pretty good cheap ones.
They do. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap up this wonderful season premiere of season 2. Kyle Mocha won't shut up.
So happy to be back.
Yeah, it feels nice.
It feels great.
Every week I'm like, oh, we're back next week. And he's like, no, we got 3 more weeks to go.
I know.
Like, holy
I was
shit.
2 weeks ago, I was like, it's next week, right? Oh, fuck, no, it's 2 weeks away.
It seemed like every week was 3 weeks away.
That's what I felt like the whole entire time. But we are back.
But it was
in
nice
the full
to take
swing
a break.
of things. Yeah,
and I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do. But
we'll get there. We're getting there. We're building.
That's why when we win the billions,
we'll be there. If we win the billions, we will have video for sure.
Yeah, because I'm not editing that. I'll pay somebody.
No, God, I will hire a full-time videographer and everything. We will literally be sitting here like this. Still giving ourselves only 2 hours to record a song, but then afterwards just leaning back and let someone else do the recording. Hey, this doesn't sound good, asshole.
Yeah.
This is fucking crackling. What the fuck, Mark? We hired you for a reason. To do your job the right way. Now go mow the lawn. Fucking asshole. What a mean piece of shit he is.
Oh, man.
All right.
He's going to hear this.
He is.
Yeah.
He's such a mean person.
Oh, he's so mean.
He's so mean. Why do you hate us?
Person, man.
Why do you hate us, and why are you so mean to everybody you meet? You ask anybody that they know. Mark, terrible guy. Terrible guy. Oh, Lord. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this episode. Thank you, as always, Mark. To Mr. Justin Olimpedo.
We love you, Mark.
To Mr. Zachary. Fuck you! Stormin.
Bro.
And as always, check out from Moot.tv, the other podcasts. Let me ask you a question with Sir Anthony of the Angels, Gregaman, and EJ5000. They did a really cool episode a few weeks ago. I called in and left them a voicemail, and then they spent the entire, I think it's episode 98, the entire thing dissecting my voicemail and just reminiscing about old high school times. And it is the least listenable to thing if you don't know us at all. So check out that. It is phenomenal. It's a great show. They just celebrated their 100th episode, which is absurd. They started a couple months after we started our original run, so that's where we would be if we had never stopped.
Yeah,
we'd be right around there.
We would be burnt out.
We would be dead.
Plus, we'd be out of bands. Our ears
there'd be we'd be on U2 now, and we'd be hating ourselves for listening to U2.
To both.
Yep, I would just staple them shut.
Yeah,
just staple them shut, and then do a whole pie scene and just drill into my brain to release the pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. But also White Wasabi from Let Me Ask You a Question. And then check out a couple of our friends' other podcasts. You can check out Not Movies from my good buddy Sean Araujo. And then our friend Nicole Muzzy, who's going to be on an upcoming episode, I believe, late November, about a month or so from now.
Fuck yeah.
It is a podcast you can't shake off where they discuss different albums from the old scene days from 2002,
stuff
2006,
that they grew up on, and
stuff that was during their high school age, the kind of the heyday of Warped Tour.
I am supposed to go on an episode for that.
Heck
so
yeah. I think I'm on one as well. Yeah.
When I figure that out, maybe we can just do a double.
Yeah, double episode, because we're probably going to be able to come close on a band that they would also like. I gave them a couple ideas. I threw out Brand New, and they said they didn't want to touch that right now because of that whole thing. So I was like, all right, saves the day. And I feel like it's going to be an episode that they might not be as into, but I'm going to be way fucking into. So you know how it rolls with me. Fuck it, I'm having a good time.
Why not? It's a day in New York.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm having a good time.
It'd be a great time in New York. You are having a good time. You're having a
I'm having
devious
a good time.
You're having a devious time.
I drank it all.
You drank all of it.
I've had every beer
He's
tonight.
had all of the beers. I'll see you in the morning when
see you later. I go to jail.
You gotta go to jail tomorrow? You gotta go to jail tomorrow.
I might. If I'm not on the next episode, it's because I've been put in prison.
No, you're not going to jail.
Put in prison, or you want a bunch of money.
Or I want a bunch of money. Yeah, fuck you.
I mean, if I want a bunch of money, I've also been put in prison.
Yeah, most likely. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Ah, jeez.
Jeez.
Oh, wait. One thing I didn't get to. Oh, my God. So, today in history. I was looking at things that happened today in history.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's Johnny Carson's birthday.
Oh,
which is some weird, wild stuff. Wild stuff. But just so we're all aware, in 4004 BC, on this date, Sunday at 9 a.m., the world was created.
Holy shit.
This is the date that creationist.
Is this the real birthday?
This is the creationist. This is real
birthday
Earth Day. This is real Earth Day.
Damn,
this is in the
Not that
beginning,
fake
God
fucking
created.
that, dude.
That's what they're saying.
No, not
Yep,
real.
we're 6,022 years old on this.
6,000?
6,022 because it was 40.
You're old,
something.
dude.
I'm an old man. I'm an old man.
God's not real.
I don't think so.
Do your research.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen to our new song. You know, our new song talks about that a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing more after this, you know? Sorry.
That's it,
Sorry, Mom and Dad. All right. Well, hey, we're going to close with a wonderfully familiar song.
Yeah.
This is a record. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs that we've written on one episode today. So this is this is pretty good. I mean, granted, one song is or two songs are.
It's been our closer. It's a great song.
This is our.
Dude.
I love this
I
song.
love it. We're gonna keep us live through the closing, so you might as well just roll this whenever you want. All right. So we'll see you next week live here, YouTube, 9:00.
Mood.tv.
Yeah, Mood.tv.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What?
I don't know, dude. What?
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him, we're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experimental. Peace is the share. Oh, we're not over yet. Now we are. See you next week, motherfuckers. Season 2.
Welcome back.